Hi, and welcome to my channel. I'm Fat Guy, bringing you another video, this time for the MMO Guild Wars. I played Guild Wars from 2005 through 2012, and I have clocked in over 8,000 hours during that time. I played in the betas before the game was released, and I was there when it launched in 2005. It is by far my most played game and one of my all-time favorites. I have many fond memories of my time I spent in Tyria and the nice people I met. I recently logged in again and I wanted to share my thoughts on this great game. So without further ado, here's my retrospective review of Guild Wars in 2024. Guild Wars is an MMO, but quite different from the others in that you form a group in town and then go out into an instance to complete quests, find loot, and kill monsters. The only other players you see are those you grouped up with in town. You have to make sure your build is correct before you leave town because you'll be unable to change your skills after you enter the instance. This makes it very different from other MMOs because you won't be fighting over monster spawns and loot in the open world. However, it can sometimes feel lonely. You pick between various classes such as the Warrior, Elementalist, or Assassin. There are some unique classes such as the Ritualist who summons spirits to aid you in battle, or the Paragon who buffs the party while attacking with a spear. Each class has its own set of skills unique to them. I chose the Monk because at the time I enjoyed healing. What's unique about Guild Wars is that you can have a secondary class in addition to your primary class, and you get access to all skills and attributes except for the secondary class's primary attribute. You can change your secondary class at any time too, so you can be flexible with what is needed. You bring a group of 4 to 8 players into a zone depending upon where it is. If you don't have 8 players to go with you, don't fear because you can bring heroes along for the ride. Heroes are great because you can set their skills and they can really pack a punch with the right build. Back when I would play this every day, I would regularly do hard mode content with just heroes if nobody in my guild was available, so don't think you can't conquer with just heroes. In Guild Wars, there are 3 campaigns and an expansion. You have the original campaign, Prophecies, then Factions, and then Nightfall. The expansion is called Eye of the North, and it is a prelude to the sequel, Guild Wars 2. Each campaign comes with its own world map with zones and many unique creatures specific to that region of the world. Eye of the North adds new zones to the Prophecies map in the Shiver Peak Mountains and Kryta. You only level to 20, so most areas in the game are designed with that in mind. This is to take the focus off of leveling and more on your skill. It doesn't take very long to get to level 20 either, and once there you can finally start looking toward focusing on your endgame build. Your armor helps with this by allowing you to put runes on them to increase attributes and increase your health as well. At endgame, you'll be looking to start activities in hard mode for better rewards and to begin working on titles. Titles are special achievements that you can get and can display below your name to show off your accomplishments to others. Some are reputation titles, which can give you bonuses when fighting certain enemies or questing in certain zones. Others can involve eating candy or opening treasure chests. Titles such as ones to complete all missions of a campaign in hard mode show that you've conquered some of the most difficult content in the game. As for hard mode, it makes all zones and missions have stronger enemies that are usually around level 28 and can pack a punch. As mentioned previously, doing the missions on hard mode will get you the Guardian title for that campaign. The other titles to get are for vanquishing each zone and each campaign in hard mode. Vanquishing a zone is done by clearing it of all enemies. Some of these zones can be pretty difficult and will require a lot of patience and careful pulling of enemies. Another thing you can do is clear the Fissure of Woe in Underworld for rare drops to make obsidian armor, which is the most valuable armor in the game. You can also clear the Domain of Anguish and take down Malix the Unyielding, which is, in my opinion, the hardest content in the game. There is also clearing the elite missions from factions, which are Urgaz's Warren and the Deep. These are 12-person missions, but you have unique skins, and clearing them also adds a statue to your Hall of Monuments from the Eye of the North expansion. Now, the Hall of Monuments allows you to add accomplishments to your hall and earn rewards for Guild Wars 2. Things such as clearing the Fissure of Woe and collecting mini-pets allow you to earn rewards for Guild Wars 2, such as titles and unique skins. Before Guild Wars 2 came out, this is what everyone was doing in preparation for the sequel. Collecting armor sets is also fun and many players enjoy doing this. There are a lot of armor sets to choose from and each is unique in their own way. As mentioned before, obsidian armor is the most expensive and prestigious, but other armors such as the Vabian set on the Necromancer or the Primeval set on the Warrior look great too. Everyone should be able to find at least 1 or 2 armor sets they like per class. Guild Wars has some decent graphics for a game that's almost 20 years old. Some of the scenery is still nice to look at all these years later, and you can really tell the designers felt passionate about their craft. Guild Wars has a surprising amount of people playing it. There are usually 3 or 4 districts in Commandant alone. If what I've said and the gameplay in the background looks interesting, you can pick up the complete edition of Guild Wars for $40. If you have some friends who want to play it with you, I would say go for it. However, if you're on the fence, I would say wait for a sale. It's an old game, and while I was surprised people were still playing it, it doesn't have nearly the same number of people playing from 2005 to 2012. That about does it for this retrospective review of Guild Wars, one of my all-time favorite games. If you liked what you saw, consider liking and subscribing. If you've played Guild Wars, or this looks interesting, consider leaving a comment below. Thank you for viewing, and have a nice day.